to Ben and Kelly. It's Group Therapy on 99.7 DJX.
All right, y'all, we got to help out Meredith. Hey, Ben and Kelly, may I say I love listening to your group therapy segments.
Thank you.
If I'm being honest, this isn't the usual scandal-laced situation you're used to. So I can understand if you don't use it.
Aw.
But I'm having a problem with my 2-year-old sucking her thumb.
Okay.
My partner and I just can't get her to stop. We're trying different remedies, and none of them seem to be working. I know you both have kids. Did any of them suck their thumbs? And if so, how long did they suck their thumb? And more importantly, how did you get them to stop? If not, can your listeners? Because we're about to go crazy trying to get her to stop. Thank you so much.
I have 3 daughters. 2 of them sucked their thumbs. And I want to say they sucked their thumbs until they were maybe 6. I
do remember that being a later thing.
Yeah. They sucked their thumbs until they were. So and they never had braces. They didn't need them. So I wouldn't be worried about necessarily it affecting their bite or their jaw or whatever like that. But
I know that's always a concern. That was a concern for pacifiers.
It was, well, and I just remember the struggle that we had when it was time that we were kind of going through what you're going through, Meredith, and my wife and I was just like, okay, it's time to be done with the thumb, you know. And I just remember it was like a broken record. Can't understand you with your thumb in your mouth, because they'd be like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, can't understand you with your thumb in your mouth. Can't understand you with your thumb in your mouth. Can't understand you with your thumb in your mouth.
Picking up what you were throwing down.
Can't understand you with your thumb in your mouth. Can't understand. So, but what I'm trying to say is, we couldn't do any. There was nothing that we could physically do until they were just ready to outgrow it. And then once they did, they just stopped cold turkey and they were done.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there like some stuff that you can, it's almost like what you can put onto your nails to stop biting your nails, but it like tastes really bitter, and you can put it on your thumb to try to deter them from doing that?
That there is spray that you can get for dogs. And I don't know, and it's like apple spray, and it tastes disgusting, and it's supposed to make it so dogs don't chew on things or bite things. And I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Same concept, different product.
But maybe you could just spray a little of that on your kid's thumb. But again, I don't know. Like, where there's a will, there's a way. If your kid isn't ready to stop sucking its thumb, then it's not going to stop sucking its thumb.
Well, yeah, you can't really remove the thumb like you can with a pacifier, say. So, you know, when we got to that point, it was like 2 or 3. And we were trying to break Jake of his, and he had the cutest pacifiers. It had little stuffed animals attached to it, the wubba nubs.
Yeah.
It was just the cutest thing to have this little monkey hanging out of his mouth. It's just really cute.
Right.
So I was super attached to it, honestly. I was like, it's fine. He'll outgrow it. But he was 3, and we put that in a little box and mailed it to the pacifier fairy and said, okay, when you wake up from your nap, you'll have a treat if you can go without, needing that without crying. And he did, and it just took once, and he was fine.
Oh, there you go.
But he was ready to make that choice to do that. Now with a thumb, you can't go mail that to a thumb fairy,
right? This is okay. Don't listen to what. And I'm glad that you said he was ready, because
yes.
I one thing that I am bothered by are parents that are like, well, I just did this in one weekend and it was
exactly.
all done. Like,
I just pacifier and cut it. You didn't want it anymore. It was fine.
I potty trained my kid in one weekend and it was done. What's your problem? And it's like, come on now. like every kid is different. Every situation's different.
Yeah.
And if you have any more kids, your second kid or your other kid may not even have a pacifier or anything or any soothing mechanism. And you may have to go the old fashioned route and put a little bourbon on your thumb and stick that in their mouth.
Bourbon? We're at bourbon now? That escalated quickly.
All right. So if you have any suggestions, that's what group therapy is all about. Meredith wants to know, or maybe your story of how you got the whole thumb to be done, or that your kid to be done with their thumb.
I'm not sure Meredith wants to hear what Jamie has to say.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get that on the way next. Jamie's story and more. Group therapy.
Missy says, leave her be. She'll stop. Most likely will stop in public first. She's probably just not ready at 2 years old. Worry about it if she's still doing it at 10.
Yeah, I was going to say 2-year-old's still cute doing it.
Exactly. Yeah, they still need to be soothed. That's really young.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a super problem at this point.
Right. Mike, you had the issue too?
I used to suck my thumb, and my family took me to the dentist, and I got a device that had spikes in it, so I couldn't put my thumb in my mouth.
Well, that sounds medieval.
But that's Lisa texted the same thing. They and that didn't work for them though. Like somehow persevered through that.
I broke it off.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Again, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes. Well, the spray didn't work because I acquired a taste to it, and then the spikes didn't work, so I just had to quit on my own.
You started to like the spray. Hey, Mom, you got any more of that apple stuff? That's tasty.
Shoot. That's funny.
Okay, so what we're saying here is what I think you're saying is she's going to have to just write it out until the 2-year-old's ready.
Basically, yeah. And try to, if a kid wants to do it, a kid will do it.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Oh, Karen says, I know a lady that's 40, and she comes home from work, washes her hands, sits on the couch, sucks her thumb. She's married, has 2 teenagers.
Do we need to just normalize sucking your thumb as an adult?
It's feeling like yes.
Do we just need to do that?
It's feeling
Rip
like
the Band-Aid
yes.
off and just say, hey, you know what? Let's not worry about people who suck their thumb. Maybe that's their soothing mechanism that they just never got past. And rather than it being an episode of a trash TV or a Jerry Springer, we can just say, you know what? Who cares?
I see. Erin is rolling in with medical knowledge. I'm assuming that because there's doctor emojis with her answer.
Yes.
Medically, you don't have to worry until 6. And then she's got a cute little picture of 2 little ones sucking their thumbs, and they're so cute. They're so cute. I
will say, though, as a parent of a couple thumb suckers, man, it's just like when I was done, I was done. Like, I was done. I was like, listen, but they were like, you know what, Dad? Don't care. We're going to continue doing it until we're ready. So anyways.
By the way, Erin is a doctor. So Dr. Erin says it's fine. Lisa says, yes, I had a friend in high school who sucked her middle 2 fingers her entire life.
All right.
Nobody made an issue of it. It was just Megan. LOL.
See, there you go.
So yeah, I think maybe, oh gosh, Lindsay sent a picture of a device. It's like this metal coil you wear on your thumb. So they don't want to suck on it. It just looked medieval.
All right.
But I think what most of us are saying she's 2.
Yeah.
So let her suck her thumb. She'll give it up when she's ready. It's a soothing mechanism. Dr. Erin says it's fine.
Yeah, and we didn't ask to see any credentials from Dr. Aaron. We just assume everything.
We got
good.
the emojis. Those are the credentials.
Those are the credentials. All right, Meredith, if you want to read all the posts. And by the way, if you are struggling with this yourself and you're like, man, I could kind of use the same advice that Meredith does, go to our Facebook page at Ben and Kelly Show, and we got it all up there for you. All right.
No, you're not alone, and it's not a huge deal. This is, they're not going to need braces. You're not messing up their bite. It looks like they're going to be fine. They'll give it up when they're ready.
That is group therapy.